Now, an absolute honour to introduce this amazing human next. So like all Yolngu, Djawa Yunupingu's inner life is that of ceremonies and the song cycles that bind him to this land. Around us, the hallways of the stringy bark forest aligned with his brothers, his sisters, and his kin. Some still with many of us, some still with us, and many not. The spirits of his kin are with him, ever present, carried on the beautiful Gulkula breeze. And Djawa's life is a tribute to them. Yircha and Dua. He is a man of generosity and friendship, and his determination and discipline match that of his ancestors. He is a man of the highest degree, carrying on Yolngu tradition on resilience and strength in the struggle. It is an absolute privilege to stand here at Gulkula and introduce him. So please, everyone, welcome the chairman of the Yindi Foundation, Djawa Yunupingu.
Good morning. Good morning, Bookmark.
Good morning.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. That's better. I welcome you again to Gulkula, this beautiful land of my ancestors. Our ancestors gave us song, dance, and myth, binding us to the land and the land us. Land and ceremony and life to the Yolngu people by the hands of these creators, given to us forever as a sacred birthright. You are here with us on land that is timeless power, with timeless knowledge, and set into the very bones of the land, into the very bones of Australia. Around us, in this land, lies the spirit of my father and his father, and 100 generations of fathers before him, and 100 generations of mothers. Or is it 1,000 generations? Or 100,000 generations? It doesn't matter to us. This land is timeless. And the Yolngu ownership of this land is timeless. For thousands of years, our clan nations have owned the land. We are parliaments to ourselves, governments to our people, custodians of the world around us. We never forget who we are. Romiala, Bakamana, Paraioi, Malawani, Ngarkana, Djawa, Gulkula. These are the names that sit within the country of Bai Bai Mi. Mauriala, Kandai Kandai. Blanjar Char Garjambal. That is the great ancestor. Garjambal, the red kangaroo, whose names I have just called. Yang Bolol, Yang Beninji, Murayana, Ganbulapula. These are the names of Ganbulapula himself, an owner of this land. Ladies and gentlemen, the last time I spoke here at Karma, I spoke with the determination that I would stand here this year with my people anchored in the Australian Constitution. With a voice and with a say in the future of the great Australian nation. I just called out our little leads, the special names of country and place. I had hoped this year these words would be a part of the Australian Constitution and part of the Australian story. You might remember I spoke of the mist. The Wakalongol. Today, I hope that you would be the mist too. And when Yothu the dingo shook the wetness of its back as he moved through that mist, I hope that ceremony would be your ceremony too. And then we could all call the many names of the dingo or the Yothu, the dog. And we could all call him together with pride and togetherness. Malarwi, Mrarapan, Mandemere, Telangel, Waoloma. And I believe last year that my ancestor, Karchambal, would stand in the Constitution like he does on the Australian coat of arms. And Gulkula, my ancient hero, would stand in the Constitution. That this land would comfortably stand in the Constitution. And young people would not wish to throw the Constitution into that sea there. But we do. Deep down, we do. And we feel the hurt of rejection. Just like you would if you asked me to accept you and if we refused. Or we just played dumb and said, we didn't understand the question you were asking. But ladies and gentlemen, the law of the land remains. Our law is not dismissed by a single event. Yoruba people are not dismissed by one single event. The land is timeless and powerful. It remains and we remain. And I stand here to tell you today, we will renew ourselves. Not tomorrow, but today. You may have heard us say, look up to the future. Okurto maurko. These are not play words. This is what we believe. And we choose to look forward, not back. Despite what has been done, despite the pain caused to us, we sought a pathway to unity, and we still seek it. We know that the fire comes renewal after the fire. And that goodness rises in the country after the fire has burned through the country or the land. And we know when the thunder sounds as the rain begins, and we hear the power of the unango, the lightning snake, that he had shed his skin and is moving powerfully into the salt waters, calling the rain and the lightning, cleansing the country after the fire, taking the pain of our struggles, rising from the deep, and signaling a time of renewal. Like Wunango, we will rise and rise again. And Prime Minister, we want you to rise with us. You told us you were serious, and you were. You stood with us. Like us, you were hurt by the loss. But you are here, standing with us again. And yesterday, we honored you for that strength of character, and for being a serious person who cared about the future. We gave you a sacred item. For a Prime Minister who stood with the Yolngu people and said what he said. So we have given you the sacred gunning to be held by you as Prime Minister. And given it to, you will give it to the next Prime Minister. But now you have it. And let it be a strength and power to you. To know you, that you are part of this land, known to it and recognized by it. On behalf of my Gomach clan, and on behalf of the clans of Northeast Arnhem land, I thank you for your efforts you made and for your leadership. But now, Prime Minister, we have work to do. We need to continue to promise ourselves to the future of our children. Denise has talked about the children who suffer whilst others prosper. This is very real to us. Here in the remote parts of the country, where we watch from afar as our Australian cities enjoy great prosperity and wealth. Yet here we lack basic infrastructures and services. We lack the building blocks of a modern society. And when we were cut off from the economy and stuck in a welfare world, we cannot prosper. Today, we established a township with a 99-year lease and private ownership. We have opened up a bauxite mine in partnership with Rio Tinto. We are leasing our land for a rocket launch facility. We work in company with the armed forces. We harvest our own timber. We build our own houses. Yolngu are committed to education at every level. We seek to put fire in the bright minds of our children. And enough education and training. We do all these things. But still, we lack the all-weather road to Darwin. We still lack port infrastructure that will allow us viable sea trade. Our communities lack proper water and sewages. And our power networks are unregulated and fail too often. All around Arnhem land, the barge landings are collapsing. There are hundreds of public housing built by government in remote towns, but costs are made higher by lack of basic infrastructure. We cannot thrive when we are not given the basic tools that are given to the rest of Australia. If we are to secure Northern Australia together, we need effective partnerships with you, Prime Minister, and we need government to fully play the role. Ladies and gentlemen, if people want to say, build a future with us, then let us do it together. You all are economic beings. We need to be empowered so that real economics can be built around us in partnership with businesses and governments. Work with the land councils to set up arrangements for the use of the land. As my brother once said, let us wake up the land rights. We need to wake up the land rights. Activate the land rights and put a shine into the eyes of the traditional owners and the future generations by giving us the full rights to use the resources of our land as we wish. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to be in the modern world. Work with us. Let us have the conditions that support education, economic growth, promote prosperity. This is the great Australian dream, and we want to be a part of it. My identity is the sacred crocodile. I am a Muralicha man, and I am a man of fire. This is my identity, my strength. Gulkula, Baropa, Muralicha. Like you, I have children, I have grandchildren. I want a future for them where they can thrive and be the best I can be. I want the same future for your children and your grandchildren. I want our people to be connected together by the sacred burkun, and connected to the earth by Garchambal. I want everyone to know the power of the lightning snake, to know the ancient fire of the saltwater crocodile, and to travel to the stars with the guwak. Connected together in this ancient land, under the southern stars, walking side by side, living side by side. What happened on October 14th, 2023 is in the past. It's in the past. We must let the world turn and set it itself right. Trust in each other. Work together and believe in the future. Thank you.